So let's get into these reviews, folks. So we've got new films that came out, and we're going to talk about them. And first up for me is going to be Jurassic World Dominion. And this just came out, and this was an entertaining film. It's the third in the installment, I guess the third part of this trilogy, which is imagining a world where they tried to make another Jurassic Park kind of situation, but it's a bit like Disneyland. This is going to be, Disney World now. You know what I'm saying? So
but with dinosaurs, not mouse.
But with dinosaurs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let me bring up the synopsis for you guys. 4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine once and for all whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on a planet they now share with history's most fearsome creatures. And honestly, we're the most fearsome creatures, man, because right? we idiotic. But
right.
This film stars, we got the old gang back. So we got Sam Neill back for this, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, as well as Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt of DeWanda Wise, Isabel Sermon, and a bunch of other people, man. Omar Sy is also back in this, Danielle Yella Pineda, Mamadou Athey, Scott Hayes, Justice Smith, and Daishin Lachman. I hope I said that correctly. And the rest, I think these are people that got ate by the dinosaurs. Food. I mean, I will say this, man. I did see the reviews hitting really hard right before this came out. The critical response was like really negative, but I went and saw this and I got what I wanted. I just wanted dinosaurs and dinosaur action and dinosaur carnage, and it gave me all of that, and I was happy. Like, I didn't expect a lot or a world genre-defining plot or anything like that. It wasn't what it was. It was what I expected, and I was entertained.
Were you not entertained?
I agree. That's the only new film I saw this last couple of weeks. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of action. It's not going to be high art because you're dealing with dinosaurs, and I really just had a lot of fun. It was kind of cool seeing Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern together again.
Yeah.
And with the Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, it was real cool seeing them, all those characters together and interacting. It kind of had the beginning of it kind of had like a James Bond type feel because you're dealing with a megalomaniac.
A what?
And,
megalomaniac.
Is that a dinosaur or a person?
No, just a person.
What does that look like? Does it got wings?
Yeah, Bob. James Bond has always fought dinosaurs. It was just a guy that pretty much was kind of looking toward world domination in a way, and kind of causing some problems out there. But everything. I didn't really think it was like the best movie about dinosaurs I ever seen, but it was a pretty decent film. I didn't have too many complaints about it.
Yeah, like it's not groundbreaking or breaking plot wise, but everyone kind of picks up where they left off. Even the OGs that brought back to this, it was kind of cool seeing Dr. Grant going through his Dr. Grant stuff, what he knows and what they're doing with the dinosaurs, and even Jeff Goldblum and how he's woven into it. And they had some funny moments, man. I definitely like, toward the end when they were doing their little infiltration, with Dr. Grant and all them, and it was just kind of goofy, but it was fun, man. Like, I don't know what the audiences want, man. I couldn't be mad at this.
I got one question for both y'all. So, being as though I'm the one person who hasn't seen this, there's only room in my heart for one Jurassic Park, and it's the first one.
I like them all, dude. I definitely love what the first one brought to the table, groundbreaking. But the fact that we still get to see these cool dinosaur sequences, man, these things ain't alive, but they go out of their way. They at least get that part right.
What I want to ask is,
each of the films
is being green. Are the special effects still holding up? It seems like those holidays they look good on screen. They want you, they rev you up. They give you that wow factor.
Yeah, it's not like how after you saw the first Starship Troopers, all the other ones were low budget films.
Right. That's pretty much that's what I'm alluding to.
The production costs are there. They're not sparing any of that. They go all out.
It wasn't straight to video or anything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool.
It is one that I feel like, as a moviegoer, that it's worth coming out to the theaters for these big films, regardless. Like, it's just, it's a spectacle. That's what you're promising me, and I think they delivered that this time. It's just like if you've watched any of this iteration, the worlds, they've all been about the same, dude. The first one wasn't really groundbreaking, nothing, but it's giving me the dinosaur action. It's expanding on it. It's showing me the dinosaurs in different situations. Like the opening montage of this is really great because at this point, the dinosaurs are just out there living amongst humans. Yeah. Or better or for worse. And we see some good situations and we see some bad situations in that opening sequence. And it's just cool. It's like, this is how I would expect it to go,
But like you said, so they're heavy with the dinosaur action. So it's pretty much like, to put it in, retrospect.
Yeah, they're there, man.
It's like when you go to the see clowns.
Yeah. I put it like this. Jurassic Park did better than like the Jaws movies because, after the first Jaws, everything went to nonsense.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would say go see it, man. It's so much movie time, man. What else you gonna watch? Get you a matinee during the week when you got to
a couple other things.
And go kick it, man. But like it's the biggest show in town this week, Like until Lightyear comes out. No,
doesn't that drop this
week?
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm on board for that.
So what you got, man? Whoever else next.
Go ahead, Bob. I always saw Jurassic Park. That's the newest film I saw.
I am excited to bring this one up, man. This is Netflix next Netflix film, Hustle, Adam Sandler film, and man, this film is just it is amazing on all fronts. I enjoyed it thoroughly. As far as the synopsis goes, it follows a basketball scout that discovers a phenomenal street ball player while he's in Spain searching for a recruit. He sees the prospect and he looks at him as his opportunity to get back into the NBA. So pretty much to elaborate on the synopsis, Adam Sandler is a basketball scout for the Philadelphia 76ers. And it's not that he's not finding players. It's just that he's kind of been put in positions where, they're expecting him to be a miracle worker. They're just, they're throwing him into these situations where he's looking for players that they might already have their mind set on. And, so he's got to convince them to do otherwise or whatever the case may be. And then once, the owner passes away and then the young son, of course, takes the reins, he has to put his thumbprint on the team. And then that's where things kind of all go south for Adam Sandler. And he kind of goes rogue. In a sense, he goes out to Spain and just in search for one particular player, and things didn't work out with that player. And just by chance, he just asks somebody that's local, like, where's the basketball court, just so he can, shoot some hoops and blow off some steam. And he stumbles across this street ball game and sees this player that instantly intrigues him. And he takes him under his wing, and then the film gets real rocky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the ultimate underdog film because you get the underdog aspect for both sides. Like, you get, he's the one from the, the higher up position that can help somebody else change their life that's also looking for a life change. And, everybody's kind of overstepping him, sidestepping him. They're like, man, you don't got it no more, whatever you used to see, you blind now kind of thing. And he wants to reprove himself and also, further establish himself in his field and, excel in his career. But then this other guy is like, man, he's, back against the wall. He's just trying to, live life and stuff. So, you get that underdog element, and it's heavy, super heavy. And the way they deliver it to us, it portrays itself all throughout the film. But outside of that, dude, the acting was great. You get Adam Sandler. You get this guy, his underling, the guy that he actually scouted. His name is Juancho Hernan Gomez, and he's actually a professional basketball player in Spain. Then you get Queen Latifah. You get Ben Foster. A plethora of NBA talent showed up for this film. You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much every time somebody's dribbling a basketball or there's a game, there is NBA stars all through this film. I think that is so dope that they came out to show so much love to, you know, to Adam Sandler, this movie, and everything that is, you know, bringing to the table. It was super cool to see Queen Latifah playing his wife, like their dynamic on screen. It felt so organic. Like, you know, they had like a very like wholesome life. Like this film, it gives us all the drama and everything, but then it's got the good family dynamics. Great soundtrack too. Love the soundtrack. There was points throughout the film where they just start knocking some songs. Like there's one point where Adam Sandler's really feeling up, and they start playing the Too Short song. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was winning. Like, I got that joint in my Spotify, man. When that joint comes on when I'm out exercising, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm getting it. You know, so I thought that was so cool. You know, just the music that they were playing. I go on about this for days, but I'm gonna save some of this and let me talk to you to Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this film, man. I've been saying this. I like Adam Sandler when he's more doing his dramatic roles.
Serious,
I just think
right?
it's more range and just it's more impressive to me doing this stuff than just being like just off the wall, goofy and silly, you know, all the time. You know, with some of those comedies, because some of the comedies they were hit or miss, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Billy Madison. You know, Lil Nicky not so much. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I love the what was the one? Waterboy. You know what I'm saying? But then there's movies where it's just like
Longest Yard is kind of like
yeah. But lately, him doing this like Uncut Gems and then going into this is what I wanted to see him to keep doing, man. Like he's good at it, man. Just have fun with it, dude. Like the thing about it that sucks with certain stars. It's like their contract always seems to stipulate that they've got to be the star. Like I want to see Adam Sandler doing like some just really good support roles, man. You know, or even like I would love Denzel to just be popping up on stuff now and doing stuff like that. But he's always got to be the star, it seems, in his contract, and so kind of limits what we're going to get from him. He's not going to come in and do that little quick 5-minute scene and steal the movie and then roll out. You know, like even though that would be dope, but. You know, being that this is a Adam Sandler picture, I think this is part of his Netflix deal, but it's also great to see that, you know, you look at the credits, he's all over the credits, he's a producer. You know, I think he might have, you know, writer credits or something like this, but you could tell this is something that he was passionate about and he got made, you know what I'm saying? As well as the supporting cast in this thing, man. He's got, like you said, all the NBA people, you know, Queen Latifah is great in here, Kenny Smith.
Robert Duvall
pops up for a brief bit, and like it's a solid film. It's one of them sleepers, and this is one of the ones where, you know, out of all these movies that come out that Netflix puts out, every now and then they'll really nail one, and this is one of the ones that they really nailed. You know,
by far, like I can say with confidence right now, I am like 95% sure that this film will make my top 5 list of 2022 films. You know what I'm saying? I've already watched it twice. And to your point, you know, I love Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems, like that was seeing Sandler in a new light for me. And because he's older, he looks weathered. And when he, you know, I mean, we all gracefully get great with age, and he's doing the same thing. But when he plays these parts now, like he still has that comedy aspect. Like there are parts in here where he makes his little comments, he does his little thing, and I was getting belly laughs. I mean, I thought it was hilarious, but it's not overdone, it's not oversaturated, it's not him being a 40-50-year-old man acting like a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like the temper tantrum Adam Sandler that we were getting in, you know, Happy Gilmore, like you said, Billy Madison. I don't want to see that no more. You're too old for that, bro. You got grays in your beard. Don't be throwing a temper tantrum. You know? I don't want to see that.
But also, I will say this though, he's still funny in this role. Like it's not like, you know, the you know, something wild and outrageous, but it's funny enough.
He's like dad joke funny.
Yeah, dad joke funny, and he's still getting this little cheeky remarks off. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like it doesn't feel like
it's not forced, dude.
Billy Madison, where there's like a gag a minute. You know,
it's not forced. And like I said, I mean, this film it has so much to offer too. And then, like I said, with it being, you know, this ultimate underdog story, it's like, you know. It gave me that same feeling like watching like Rocky or you know, Kickboxer or something along those lines. It's just, you know, it's the sport element, and it's that same common thread. It's pain and purpose will equal progress, dog. That's what it gives us. That is the formula to success in the underdog story, and this one gives us that. And all of the basketball scenes are so cool. These guys, you can tell that they are, professionals in their craft. Their ball handling. They're just twapping everything up, dunking with ease and everything. And I really like the training montage. Like this training montage, they have this part where my man's running the hills and you see it all kind of grow. It kind of hit me like when I saw the training montage in Creed for the first time. Like it was giving me that like you see the build up, you see the progress, and then you're like, man, and like we're going through it with them, like watching all the hard work take place, man. Like I said, I have nothing bad to say about this film. I've already watched it twice, and I'm damn sure positive I'm going to watch it a few more times. And it's going to be on my list, man. And it's number 1 on Netflix, top 10 right now, and has been since it dropped on. When did this thing drop on Netflix? June 8th.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're definitely knocking it out of the park with that stuff, man. And now that you mentioned Netflix, man, there is one more I do want to mention. Did I mention this? I don't think I did, but this film called RRR. And it's an Indian action film, drama film. It is long. It is 3 hours long, but this thing is crazy, man. It's a wild film. It's from one of their biggest action directors over there, and it's kind of a historical period piece as well. So it's a tale of two legendary revolutionaries and their journey far away from home, and their journey. After their journey, they return home to start fighting back against British colonialists in the 1920s. But this thing is ridiculous, dude. Like if I bring up the trailer, or if you're sitting there in the computer, bring it up. And it's crazy, man. The action sequences that are going down in this, this is some of the best cinematography you're going to see this year, man. Like it doesn't matter the genre or this guy is crazy. I feel like it's only a matter of time before, he gets signed on to do one of these American productions, man. But like the visuals on this end is really outrageous and top acting.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be that guy that's crying about that's not realistic, no one can really do that, then this ain't for you. But if you like to see the craziness that people can do and how extreme action can get, then definitely check out this film, man. It's beautifully done. It is one that you got to watch in parts. It's 3 hours long, man, and you're dealing with some subtitles. But it does take place in India with the British, so there are parts where it goes from English and then between the Indian languages. But the action on this thing is crazy, man. It's just a wild ride, man. But it's beautiful, man. It's one of the most probably one of the craziest films you're going to see this year, man.
Dude, you got the trailer on right now. I mean, it looks vibrant.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm like excited watching this job. I mean, there was one part that looked like Robin Hood, or not Robin Hood. What's my man? Like Peter Pan. The boats and the cannons flying through.
It's a beautiful film, man. It's action. They are addressing some of the brutal colonial situations because India was ruled by the British for a lot of time until they got their independence. But it is a wild, crazy.
Oh my gosh! And it shows like all that that chaos that happens with all those people. I bet that scene is insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's one of the ones, man. Like take your time, dude, because I didn't watch it all in one sitting.
RRR.
Yeah, I didn't watch it in one sitting. It definitely was. I had to put it on. Maybe it took me 3 sessions to go through it. I put an hour on and then pause it, and then come back in an hour because it's a 3 hour film, dude, and they're not playing. It's like 3:07, so 3 hour mark, probably 7 minutes of credits, but it's crazy. It's a wild film.
3 hours and 7 minutes.
That means you got to pause it halfway through, go to Popeyes, get your food real quick, come back, get ready for round 2.
Oh, sorry.
My man just caught a motorcycle, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Any of those clips you've seen, chances are this is the guy that directed those films. So the director is S.S. Rajamouli, and he's known for the film.
It's directed by S.S. Oh wow, man, that's cool. Who's the leading role? is the leading role. TT.
Well, it's two dudes. So the two dudes. I don't know which is who is what, but the thing is, they befriend each other, and they find out in a messed up way that they are kind of fighting on different sides of the same fight. So it's crazy, man. But it's a dope movie. Definitely check it out. It's a blockbuster in India so far, and Netflix has it available now.
RRR, Rage Roar Revolt.
Is that what it means?
That's
I didn't know that. Okay,
Rise,
okay,
Roar Revolt.
Oh yeah. Rise, Riot, Revolt. All right, bet.
Catch motorcycles in your free time. So the last film I saw, this one was insane, crazy conceptually. It's a film called The Beta Test, or Beta Test, BETA. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but pretty much, and it's brought to us by IFC, of course. But it's streaming on Hulu. Bang bang. So it's easily accessible to everybody. Came out around this time last year, March 1st. But pretty much it follows a soon-to-be married Hollywood agent that receives a mysterious letter from an anonymous sexual encounter and becomes ensnared in a sinister world of lying, murder, and infidelity. It's a film that pretty much is summed up like this: when you do wrong, you get wrong. All right. My man checks his mailbox. There's a purple envelope in there. He opens it up, and it gives him three choices. Life is this simple. It's like, hey, man, you have been randomly selected for this random sexual encounter, and here are your three different brackets. Do you want it kind of this way with a couple little things you can check? You want this way with a couple things you can check? You want this way with a couple things you can check? Check your boxes. Stamp, seal, put it in the return purple envelope, and wait for your response for the address to go make these things happen. Everyone wears mask, blindfolds, and all that stuff. And, no one knows who anyone is until somebody just kind of reaches out to you out of left field. And I was like, yeah, by the way, that thing you did, ain't you about to get married now? D. So it's one of these kind of films. Where if I put it in simplest form, we've probably seen other films like this, but this one doesn't play like any of those films. You know what I mean? When you get down into like the in between the lines, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not about the fine print. This is a film where the acting is so solid. What we get from our lead, Jim Cummings, who actually co-directed this. It was Jim Cummings and PJ McCabe, who are like, PJ McCabe, his character is Jim Cummings' character's best friend in the film. So I guess that's why the rapport was there. It felt real. It felt very realistic. This is not like, less fortunate people problems. When you got that villa on the hill with, heated pools and jacuzzis and all those other, all the finer things. These are the kind of problems you have.
I saw this either the end of last year or beginning of this year. I really liked this film. And the reason why I liked it is, I don't know if you remember the film The Wolf of Snow Creek.
I do.
This is the same director. Jim Cummings is actually the main character in that film.
Uh-huh.
He actually directed that.
Yeah, and that was a solid one too. Great twist at the end. And that's the thing. Like that is, now that it all puts it in perspective for me, Corny, I'm glad that you brought that up, because one of the things that hit heaviest for me was the back half of this film, the twists and turns that it took, but that ultimate ending. It
wasn't a simple film at all. It's just
not at all.
Yeah,
but there is a lot of tension building. There is a lot of just like situational chaos. And one thing that he did is like he engulfed this role, he embodied this role so much that you feel like, man. If you remember Wolf Creek, if you remember Snow Creek, his character in there was kind of, because I think he was getting over alcoholism In this one, he keeps talking about 5 years sober, but he actually relapsed and just lying to his wife. Like I said, I have nothing negative to say about it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's a quick watch. I mean, it's like maybe like an hour, 40 minutes, give or take. Acting's good. Everything is good. Direction, plot, premise, ending, Bang, 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 bang. The beta test. Watch it or fail.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I think that's it for us this week, folks, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check us out at From the Canopy on Twitter and that's on Instagram and at From Canopy on one of them. And, just From the Canopy. That's where we at. We be out here in these streets, man. And catch me at Monkey Blood on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah.
It's Bobby Blockbuster. Catch me on Instagram at Bobby Blockbuster 118. I don't have any other ones to say. I wish I did, but I don't. So mine is so short, so I wanted to make it sound cooler and stretch it out. So
I'm Cornelius Bros. You can find me on Facebook, Cornelius Bros, on Instagram, Cornelius Bros, on Twitter at Cornelius1976. And I'm not going to mention TikTok, but I just watch videos on TikTok, but I'm Cornelius1976 there.
Landing on India, bro. That's where we gotta go next. That's where the show's gonna be coming from next week. But yeah, we out of here, folks, man. We're gonna touch
I'm not going to
and hair grease.
we're trying to take over the world.